Crystal, great to have a chance to see you again, but I feel like this is deja vu. Like, wasn't it like a year ago or a year and a half, something like that, that we had sort of like the same conversation because you are back in that same mode. Let's get right off to the beginning of it. You have a Juno nomination. Congratulations. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was nominated for Blues Album of the Year, and I'm just so excited and so grateful. This is the first release back on my own record label again, New Sun Music, and we're doing fantastic. So I'm just so thankful.
This is crazy. Because literally the last time we spoke was because of a Juno nomination. Now we're talking again. How does it feel that, changing genres and going into this? It sounds like you made the right move.
I feel like I did. I feel like I was born to sing blues music. And, I feel like this nomination is definitely a lot of encouragement from all my peers and people in the music industry who put me in this position. So I'm just so thankful that for this little slice of pie that I'm allowed to have.
Let's get to it. What's the album that you're nominated for, and how does the album represent you at this point in your career?
This album is called Sing Pretty Blues. And, there's a commonality of strength and resilience throughout the songs on the album and finding the courage to feel joy again after going through so much. I went through a lot of loss the past couple of years. My longtime manager and agent, Rob Patty, passed away, and we were together for 14 years, which is like a lifetime in the music business, as you would know. And so, and then also a longtime fan friend passed away, and then my nephew overdosed. So it was a lot of grieving. I went through a lot of grieving, and music was once again my medicine. So, and with this album, it's definitely a blues album, but you can also hear my influences from country music coming through. I'm starting to embrace all the parts of me.
How much did your husband have in not just helping with this album, but from those personal tragedies, help you get through all this?
Oh, he was definitely my rock, like always. I don't know if you watch Lord of the Rings or whatever, but I always refer to him as my Samwise because he carries me when I feel like I can't go on, he'll pick me up and carry me. And that's what he's done through the whole process. And, he plays all the guitars on the album. He engineered and mixed and produced the album. So I lean on him a lot. So DUA Strobel is definitely very essential to my life.
This has been such a crazy journey when you think about it. Um, did you ever think you'd be in this point in your career? Because, like I said, when we first met, you were the next big thing in country music, and now you are quote unquote singing the blues.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think that I was going to end up here. This is, especially switching from one genre to the next, I was a
Mhm.
little afraid and apprehensive, and scared. But, I've been really grateful. This new album, it debuted at number 2 in the top 50 blues albums in Canada. And I was nominated for 3 Canadian Blues Music Awards. So, I feel like we're on the right path, and I feel like the world keeps telling me that.
Yeah, we're definitely doing that. What are the plans so far for you heading down to the Junos? Are you at Juno Fest? Are you doing any performances? What is happening so far?
Well, we have performances like on the road. So
Good.
we're going to be circling around and going to the awards. So we're fitting in what we can. But at this point, I'm just lucky that I'm going to be able to attend the awards. The last time I was nominated, I couldn't attend because I was on tour in America. So this time I was like, when I found out I was nominated, I'm like, we have to leave those days clear. I have to go this time. So, our daughter, Shawanda, she actually sings backgrounds on several of the songs on the album. So our
Wait,
plan,
wait, wait, wait,
yeah,
wait a second here. You
yeah,
have never told me anything about your daughter. What's going on here?
yes.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
she turned 9 years old just a couple weeks ago, and she's an emerging artist herself. She joins us on stage every show. She sings backgrounds and plays tambourine, and she sings backgrounds on the title track of the album and several songs on the album. But she's in the process of actually recording her own songs. We've been recording her this past winter, so she's going to release her own songs later in the year. And she's also starting to do her own shows. Last year, we played a festival, and she kicked kicked off the festival. She did a 25-minute set and played songs and told jokes in between. It was so cute. And so we as a family are going to attend the awards. We're going to wear matching outfits, and, win or lose, we're going to have the time of our life because, we're doing it together and we're having a pretty good time doing it.
Look, I'm almost to the point where I want to say, forget about the awards. I did not know you guys had. First off, I didn't know you had a child. I didn't know you had a daughter. I didn't even know that, you had such talent running through this family tree. Is she recording anything soon, or?
She is. She did a cover. She's been doing a cover of the Tones and I, the song Dance Monkey. She
Yes.
actually has. So she recorded a cover of it, but she's incorporating the Anishinaabemowin language into the song. Kind of like what she was inspired by, the recent hit, the K-pop Demon Hunters movie and the
Yes.
songs, and how they incorporate their language into the songs. And she was like, well, I should do that with my language. And so she's been doing that. So we're going to release it hopefully late spring or early summer.
So there could be another conversation with another Juno Award winner in this family, or at least nominee. And I'm curious because now you just sort of flipped everything on me. How did she start to realize who you were in the industry? Like, when did she start figuring out that not every parent went out there and performed? Like, what was that process like to watch?
It was really natural because she's just grown up on the stage and the
Yeah.
recording studios. When we're writing songs, she's right beside us. When I recorded a few albums ago, when she was a baby, I recorded an album and I actually held her in my arms while I was singing my vocals. So it's just always been so normal to her. And it became natural. My dad used to watch her backstage. And as soon as she started to walk, she would grab his hand and lead him to the side stage. And my dad finally told me, he said, at some point, you're going to have to let her on the stage with you guys because that's where she wants to be. Because he said she would stand there and dance and flip her hair when I would flip my hair and dance how I would dance. So, she's developed her own style and she loves to sing. And she's attends a performance dance academy here at Performing Arts School here in Nashville. So she's in dance classes and she just loves to entertain, loves to perform. She says she loves to make people happy. So, I'll support her as long as she wants to do this and whatever else she wants to do.
Does she sound like you when you were young? Do you know that, or?
She's better. She's so much better. She has my tone though, because sometimes when we sing together, you can't really tell where my voice ends and her voice starts. And, just once in a while, you'll hear the little girl in her voice, but she's got my tone. But as far as her abilities, she's doing things at 9 years old that I wasn't doing until I was like 11 or 12. So it's pretty impressive to have a front row seat to watch that development and to see her, become the little person she's becoming.
Any chance for a duet with the two of you?
Well, you know what? We actually perform on stage my first big hit, You Can Let Go. We perform it together now. We still perform it on stage. I sing the verses and she sings the choruses, and it's become a very special part of the show that our fans love very much.
Oh man, this is crazy. So the whole family's going to be there. Will you be walking the red carpet, do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Yes, we're going to be there. Actually, a few years ago when I won the Junos, when we did the virtual Juno Awards,
Yes.
and I found out I won, Jaja was actually on my lap when they said that I won. And CBC ended up taking that clip where she's like, "You won, mommy, you definitely won." And because I couldn't believe it, I was like, wait, what happened? I was so confused. And CBC ended up sharing that clip, like I don't know, it went viral anyways, the moment it was cited as the most adorable moment at the Juno Awards that year.
Uh,
So I told Josh, I said, well, now it's time for you to walk the red carpet. So that's my goal this year. That's the most important thing to me.
I will be covering the red carpet, so I'm looking forward to finally meeting this little princess.
Yes.
Congratulations on the
Thank
nomination. By the
you.
way, I think your husband's been trying to put the garbage out because while we were doing the interview, I could just see a slight. No, don't turn that back. I've been watching it. There we go. The whole
He likes
time
taking the garbage out.
I've been watching him tie
Other
it up.
There he was making his appearance.
Well, you guys are the best. Congratulations. Can't wait to see you on the red carpet, and
Thank
congratulations on another
you.
nomination.
Thank you so much, Rudy. Always so great to chat with you.